Yo, this is Clarke from Powerchutes. I'm gonna give you like a little guitar walkthrough slash playthrough of our new song Rivers. Came out a week ago now. The song kind of began from a riff that I cooked up over probably a year ago now. I guess the story behind it, I was just sitting in the garage and I was like, fuck, I want to write something angry and something that really like just makes you grimace in it, you know what I mean? So I just kind of sat down and I was just like just literally just attacking the guitar, really. And eventually it came to be that like opening riff, which is the and you can see like what I was saying, it's kind of just like a straight ahead, just the hands doing the same thing the whole time, just an aggressive sounding riff. Everything I'm doing, I'm hitting it super hard. So that was kind of the base point of that. And we've been sitting on that riff for probably 3 or 4 months, and we decided to jam it one day. And the song, I think, pretty much came together just in one go. Like we had that riff, and we built the first verse, then back to that. You could call it a chorus, I guess. But yeah, it literally just came together in one practice from that one riff. I guess the vibe for like the overall song is we just wanted something that would make people move, and just like the most important thing for us at the time was that it was exciting to us. So we didn't want to have a point in the song where it was a lull or anything. Like we wanted to just have it like full on, like balls to the wall, and I think that really shows in our live show. Like it's definitely become a staple of like, it's definitely my favorite song to play, and I know a lot of the others are the same too. Yeah, but I guess the goal of, as we were writing each verse and each part or whatever, was just to make it exciting and make it not too complex, just make it easy to move to. And yeah, we just wrote it for us, really. There was no intention for it to, we never thought it was going to be a single, let alone the first single we released. But so pretty much, obviously we had that intro riff and we all kind of drop in, you know, and everyone's grooving and stuff. But obviously we need to change it up, but we're really like enjoying this kind of feel that we got going on. So we just fully drop out, and then that's the like real simple. That whole verse is just like basically just an extension or a distinction of the riff. Yeah, so we do that. Obviously back into the second chorus. Originally there was gonna be some sort of vocal, and so that was kind of, we'd like left that space for like some sort of like classic chorus vocal, whatever. But we never really, Henry was not really feeling any vocals there, and eventually got to a point where like, well, the riff kind of is the chorus in a way. Originally I guess you call it the second verse, I think it was Otis actually came up with that one. Just literally, it's just like originally it was just like a big open ringing sort of 3 notes. And it stayed like that for probably a week or 2, maybe a month. And then we kind of like fucked around with it more and more, and then I added like that little like, and, you know, and we move it around, and eventually the whole band's coming in on that like that F note. Alright, next section, drum section. Alright, so Archie's got like, you probably haven't noticed because most of these songs aren't released yet, but he's kind of got like a signature beat going on that he's used across a few songs, and it just works really well in a few situations for different songs for us. That's a dum. I'm gonna be completely honest, none of us remember how we came up with this, but same thing, spur of the moment. It's just so once again, like my behalf, real simple. The part that makes that stick out to me is definitely the bass, so he's got that. And I think that really gave it some depth. I think it definitely gave the whole song a lot more depth. Like obviously up until that point it was like one riff more or less. And yeah, so we kind of came up with that part, and it just built more and more. Archie's doing more octopus shit on the drums. We wanted something disgusting and fat at the end. And so we built it up with these drums, adding all these new layers and stuff. And it kind of comes like a natural climax, and we all kind of like drop out, because the best way to make it disgusting is to just drop it out and it's like, what's the cleanest, most like familiar thing we can think of? So that was just that main riff once again, but just so obviously we got that. We want a part where we can just jump around and just have fun. So that's the guitar solo section. Now, this is just a bunch of bullshit, essentially, this guitar solo. Like, I think I didn't... like, this was the first thing I played when we were jamming it, more or less. And it just kind of stayed. Like, I'd always had the intention to, like, flesh it out, make it more techy. But the vibe of the song really suits just having a, like... essentially, the solo is just... it's that same energy I was talking about for the intro or for the main riff. It's just, you just want to have that energy and not think too much about it, and just so yeah, that's kind of where the solo stems from. Obviously, we go back to the main riff. Yeah, just carry out the song through there. We just wanted to make something to stomp to. But yeah, I didn't want to get too techy with the solo at all. Like, obviously, like, the majority of it is like standard pentatonic kind of shit, right? Like, you get your, like, a few, like, gross notes here and there, and then same thing, it's just... we're in the studio, we definitely tried to recreate that feeling. Like, we were talking about, like, what sort of guitar tone. Like, originally we set up, like, this nice, like, forward sounding, like, guitar sound with, like, some nice delays, and it sounded like real nice lead sound, but we're like, nah, fuck this. I think it was 3 fuzz pedals we put in a row. I think we had, like, a Boss middle zone, a fuzz pedal that we used for, like, the rest of the song, I guess. Like, that, there's one fuzz pedal, I think it's a Walrus Audio, and it's like a Jupiter, don't quote me on that, used for, like, the rest of the song. And we had the middle zone, Jupiter, and then, like, some, like, shitty Behringer fuzz as well. And so all 3 of those kind of created the monstrosity that is that guitar solo tone. Told Dave, our producer, I wanted it to sound like a Year 7 had plugged in, like, 8 Boss middle zones into his amp and just blown it up. And I think we got pretty close. So I'm pretty stoked with that. I mean, this recent tour we've done with the Boondocks was, like, the whole tour, this was the second song we played of the whole set, and I think that reflects what I've kind of been saying about how it's just like a high energy, like, it really gives us a lift. Even just for us personally, like, it's, like I said, it's a favourite song of ours, so it really helps set us up for the rest of the set and get excited. I guess the reason for this being a single was it's been over a year since we've released anything, and we just wanted to make some sort of statement about, and I think this gritty song was the best way to do it. Like, it's got no chorus, it's got, like, a minute-long instrumental at the end of it. Like, I think the idea was we just wanted to go, like, fuck you, here we are, this is what we've been working on, be excited about it.